If you think sharks are the most terrifying predators of the oceans, think again before taking another dive. You might want to learn about some of the most alarming creatures lurking in the depths, from the deadly emerald glowing crab to the spicy crab named after a curry. Here are the 15 most dangerous crustaceans in the world. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave a like. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Coconut crabs, the giants of the islands. If you ever find yourself on a remote island in the Asia-Pacific region and come face to face with a massive crab seemingly eager to greet you, be cautious. The coconut crab, also known as the palm thief, has claws that can exert a crushing force 10 times stronger than a human hand. In fact, these creatures have the most powerful claws of any crustacean on Earth. With such immense strength, a coconut crab can lift up to 28 kilograms, the weight of a small child, so children and pets should keep their distance from this giant. The claws of a coconut crab are strong enough to open a coconut, so its soft fingers don't stand a chance. But there's no need to worry too much. Their enormous size makes them hard to miss. Weighing 4 kilograms and measuring 40 centimeters in length, with legs that can stretch nearly a meter, the coconut crab won't be hiding in your beach luggage, but there's more to these amazing animals beyond their strength. Coconut crabs are, in fact, the largest terrestrial arthropods in the world. Their size and strength are not their only impressive characteristics. They are also highly skilled climbers. These crabs can climb trees up to 10 meters high, using their powerful legs to grip the bark as they ascend. These crustaceans are known for their ability to reach their favorite food, coconuts. When they get to the top, they use their formidable claws to cut the coconut, allowing it to fall to the ground, where they can then break it open and enjoy the contents. Coconut crabs are primarily nocturnal, meaning they do most of their food foraging at night. During the day, they prefer to hide in burrows or crevices to avoid predators. Despite their size, they are surprisingly elusive, often retreating quickly if they sense danger. However, their nocturnal nature and impressive size can make them a surprising sight for anyone who encounters them after dark. These crabs have a varied diet, feeding on fruits, nuts, seeds, and even small animals. In some cases, they have been known to scavenge carcasses, and there are reports of coconut crabs attacking birds. Their rich and varied diet contributes to their large size and formidable strength. Interestingly, coconut crabs have a long lifespan, with some living up to 60 years. Their ability to regenerate lost limbs over time increases their resilience, making them one of the toughest creatures in the animal kingdom. However, they are vulnerable during the molting process, when they shed their exoskeleton to grow a new one. During this time, they often retreat to their burrows for protection, as they are softer and more susceptible to predators. Although coconut crabs are generally solitary creatures, they do engage in brief social interactions, especially during mating season. After mating, the female coconut crab deposits her eggs into the ocean, where they hatch into larvae. These larvae drift in the sea for several weeks before eventually settling on land, where they undergo metamorphosis into juvenile crabs. Despite their intimidating appearance and behavior, coconut crabs play a vital role in the ecosystem of the regions they inhabit. They help keep the environment clean by feeding on dead animals and organic debris. This role as nature's cleanup crew is crucial for maintaining the health of their habitats, making them an essential, albeit somewhat terrifying, part of island life. Number 2. The mantis shrimp, the fist of the ocean. The word shrimp might evoke the image of an harmless creature, but the mantis shrimp is an entirely different story. Also known as stomatopods, these crustaceans are anything but shy. In fact, the mantis shrimp is sometimes called the fist of the ocean, and rightfully so. Handle one, and you may end up with more than just a painful injury. These colorful creatures can grow between 10 and 20 centimeters long and live from 3 to 6 years. Found in the Indian and Pacific Oceans, they thrive in coral reefs, where food is abundant. The mantis shrimp has a diet that includes fish, other shrimp, and crabs. What sets them apart are their violent and intimidating hunting techniques. With more than 400 species, mantis shrimp are classified as smashers or spears. The smashers have a club-like appendage known as the dactyl club to smash their prey at speeds reaching 80 kilometers per hour, equivalent to the speed of a bullet. On the other hand, the spears have sharp, spiny appendages to pierce their prey, turning their food into a kebab-like skewer. Mantis shrimp possess incredible strength, enabling them to take on much larger prey. Let's hope they never set their sights on humans. But the mantis shrimp is not remarkable only for its raw strength. It also has one of the most advanced visual systems in the animal kingdom. Each of its eyes can move independently and contains up to 16 types of color receptors compared to the 3 found in human eyes. This allows the mantis shrimp to see an extraordinary range of colors, including ultraviolet light that is invisible to us. Their eyes can also detect polarized light, a capability few creatures possess. This highly developed vision is crucial for hunting, enabling them to detect even the slightest movement from their prey, and even communicate with each other through color changes. The mantis shrimp's impressive strength is so powerful that it creates cavitation bubbles in the water. This phenomenon occurs when the rapid movement of the club causes the water to momentarily vaporize, forming a bubble. When this bubble collapses, it generates a second shockwave that can stun or kill the prey, even if the initial strike misses. This dual attack strategy makes the mantis shrimp one of the most efficient predators in the ocean. In addition to their formidable hunting skills, mantis shrimp are also known for their intelligence. They are one of the few invertebrates known to engage in complex social interactions. They can recognize and remember individual neighbors, participate in ritualized fights, and even use their powerful claws to signal potential mates or rivals. Some species are monogamous and form long-lasting bonds, sharing a burrow and raising offspring together, which is quite rare among crustaceans. Mantis shrimp are also incredibly resilient. Their dactyl clubs are made from a highly specialized material that can withstand repeated impacts without breaking. Scientists are studying this material to inspire the development of new ultra-resistant materials for use in armor and other protective gear. Despite their aggressive nature and formidable weapons, mantis shrimp play a crucial role in the marine ecosystem. They help control populations of various prey species and contribute to the health of coral reefs by keeping certain species in check. So, while they may be terrifying up close, they play an essential role in maintaining the balance of their underwater world. Number 3. The brown crab. The largest crustacean in Europe, the brown crab, scientifically known as Cancer pagurus, roams the seafloor around the British Isles, keeping beachgoers on alert. This intimidating crustacean holds the title of the largest crab species in Europe, typically reaching around 20 centimeters in width. However, some of these crabs can grow up to an impressive 30 centimeters and weigh up to 4 kilograms, roughly the size of a newborn baby. With 8 legs and 2 incredibly strong claws, the brown crab's pincers can crush with a force 4 times greater than that of a human hand, exerting a crushing power of 90 kilograms per square inch. If one of these creatures grabs your ankle, it's going to hurt a lot. These crafty crabs hide under algae or near rocks, waiting to ambush unsuspecting marine creatures, including other crabs. Cannibalistic and always hungry, the brown crab is not picky about what it eats, eagerly devouring dead marine life and shellfish. Also called the edible crab, this species is a favorite dish for humans. Perhaps that's why it fights so hard. The brown crab is more than just a formidable predator. It plays a crucial role in the marine ecosystem as a recycler, helping to clean the seafloor by consuming dead organisms, which in turn recycles nutrients back into the ecosystem. This natural cleaning service is vital for maintaining the health of the marine environment, preventing the accumulation of organic material that could lead to environmental imbalances. In addition to its ecological importance, the brown crab is a key species in the fishing industry, particularly in the UK. In Northern Europe, the brown crab is one of the most commercially valuable species, with thousands of tons harvested each year. The sweet and delicate meat of the brown crab is highly prized and is a staple ingredient in many seafood dishes, from crab cakes to bisques. Brown crab fishing supports local economies, especially in coastal communities, where it is a significant source of employment. Sustainable fishing practices are crucial to ensure that this valuable resource remains abundant, as overfishing could threaten its population. Brown crabs are also fascinating in their reproductive behavior. Females can carry up to 2 million eggs under their abdomen, which are released into the water when they hatch. The larvae are planktonic, floating in ocean currents for several weeks, before settling on the seafloor, where they develop into juvenile crabs. This high level of reproduction is one of the reasons the species remains resilient, despite intense fishing. Curiously, brown crabs are known to migrate. They can travel great distances along the seafloor, moving between feeding and breeding areas. Some populations make seasonal migrations that can cover several kilometers. These migrations generally coincide with changes in water temperature and food availability, demonstrating the adaptability of the crabs to their environment. Despite their tough exterior and powerful claws, brown crabs have their own predators. Large fish, octopuses, and even other crabs can prey on them, especially when they are molting and are more vulnerable. The molting process, where the crab sheds its old exoskeleton to grow a new one, is a dangerous time, as it leaves the crab soft and defenseless for a short period. Number 4. The Chinese mitten crab. Fuzzy yet fearsome, the Chinese mitten crab, with its furry claws, may look a bit comical, as if it's wearing tiny mittens. But don't be fooled by its appearance. These crabs are far from harmless, and their spot on the list of the world's most dangerous crustaceans is well-deserved. Originally from China and neighboring regions like Japan and Korea, these fuzzy-clawed invaders have spread around the world, either through deliberate introduction or transport in ballast water. But what makes them a problem? For starters, they tend to gather in large groups and dig into riverbanks, causing significant damage. Their extensive burrowing has even led to breaches in levees. As if that wasn't bad enough, the Chinese mitten crab often carries the oriental lung fluke, a parasitic worm that can infect humans who consume undercooked crab. The worm then hatches and settles in the lungs, a truly horrifying prospect. So while those mitten-like claws may seem fun, the dangers they carry are far from it. Number 5. The crayfish. The crayfish, also known by names like crawfish, crawdads, or mudbugs, may seem harmless, even delicious, and certainly not something that would keep you awake at night, unless, of course, you eat a bad one. While most crayfish are quite harmless, there is one species that could easily star in a low-budget sci-fi film about a 10-legged mutant army of world-conquering creatures. But this is not fiction. There is a species of crayfish that has been doing exactly that, spreading like wildfire across the globe. The marbled crayfish was accidentally created in an aquarium in 1995, and this species has become a global threat, representing a serious danger to native shrimp and ecosystems. In just a few decades, the marbled crayfish has spread across Europe and Africa. What makes this particularly alarming is its ability to clone itself. Being entirely female, this species reproduces through cloning, making it virtually unstoppable. It's like something out of a horror movie, but it's very real. Sleep well and try not to dream of crayfish taking over the world. Number 6. The pistol shrimp and its secret weapon. The pistol shrimp wields a claw that sometimes grows to half the size of its entire body. This oversized claw is the source of the shrimp's incredible power. When it's ready to attack, the shrimp opens a small chamber at the tip of its massive claw, allowing water to enter. With powerful pressure, the shrimp forces the water out with immense force, creating high-speed bubbles. These bubbles may seem harmless, but they are actually lethal, capable of stunning or even killing the shrimp's prey. When the bubbles burst, they produce a loud snap, almost like a gunshot. One species, humorously called Canis pink floydii, can generate bubbles that reach 210 decibels, which is equivalent to a deafening sound. To put that into perspective, a real gunshot is only around 140 to 175 decibels. That's some serious noise for such a tiny creature. The abilities of the pistol shrimp are so impressive that they inspired a superpower in the Netflix action movie Project Power. Jamie Foxx's character has a power modeled after this shrimp, allowing him to destroy bullets and obliterate enemies with a powerful pulse. So being called a shrimp might actually be a compliment after all. Number 7. Remipedes, the venomous cave dwellers. The remipede is a small, blind crustacean that resembles a swimming centipede, mainly found in the dark underwater caves of Central America and Mexico. This tiny creature has developed a particularly horrific method for capturing and consuming its prey. If you're eating right now, you might want to pause, because this isn't for the faint of heart. The remipede uses its fangs to inject its prey with a deadly mix of enzymes and neurotoxins. These toxins first paralyze the victim and then liquefy its internal parts into a digestible slime, which the remipede then sucks up, leaving behind only the empty shell or leftover fish bits. As disgusting as this may sound, one has to admire the remipede's evolutionary adaptation. Its venom allows it to efficiently capture and consume prey despite its blindness and lack of physical strength. However, there's no need to worry too much. These creatures are quite rare, and the scientists who study them must undertake dangerous and complex diving expeditions into deep underwater caves just to find one. So, it's unlikely that you'll come across a remipede sipping a shrimp smoothie at your local swimming spot anytime soon. Number 8. Japanese spider crab. The size of these crustaceans is enough to instill fear. Japanese spider crabs hold the title of the largest crabs in the world, with legs that can stretch up to 3.8 meters and a body that can weigh nearly 20 kilograms, enough to overshadow a human child. But before you panic too much, let's understand the reality of these underwater giants. It wouldn't be fair to judge them solely by their imposing appearance. These crabs are masters of camouflage, living at depths of 150 to 200 meters, where they use materials from their surroundings to blend in and avoid predators. This camouflage ability may explain their impressive longevity, which can exceed 100 years, with some living even longer. Despite their massive size, Japanese spider crabs are more likely to be hunted by octopuses or rays, rather than posing a threat themselves. They are scavengers by nature, feeding on decaying remains of animals and plants found at the ocean floor. Although there are many myths about these crabs, the truth is that they are not likely to harm a human unless you're already dead at the bottom of the sea. These legends may have given them a fearsome reputation, but in reality, they're just doing their part to clean the ocean. So perhaps it's time to stop judging these gentle giants and appreciate their role in the marine ecosystem. Number 9. Flower egg crab. A beautiful yet poisonous danger, often called the flower egg crab, shawl crab, or by its scientific name, Attagardus phytus. This small mud crab is typically found in Southeast Asia and extends to Australia. With its smooth shell and attractive markings, this tiny crustacean may seem harmless, but don't be fooled by its charming exterior. It hides a deadly secret. If you've heard of the pufferfish, you know that these seemingly harmless fish are extremely lethal due to their tetrodotoxin, which is 1,200 times more toxic than cyanide. So what does this have to do with our cute crab? The same deadly tetrodotoxin is found in the legs of this flower egg crab. Ingesting this crab can be fatal, which is why it ranks number 9 on our list. Consider this a warning. Just as you should never eat pufferfish or toxic frog lanterns, you should definitely avoid eating the legs of a flower egg crab. Number 10. The American lobster. More than just a gourmet meal, you've definitely come across these popular crustaceans and have probably seen one on a plate before. However, there are some surprising facts about the American lobster that you might not know. Known for being served in fancy restaurants, cooked to perfection, and dipped in butter with a touch of lemon, the American lobster is also a truly fascinating creature. Its peculiar appearance is just the beginning. Like other crustaceans, Lobsters have their skeletons on the outside of their bodies, shedding them periodically as they grow. This may seem strange, but it's typical behavior for crustaceans. However, the American lobster takes strange biology to a whole new level. One of its most bizarre features is its ability to regenerate lost limbs. If a claw breaks, it can simply grow a new one. And believe it or not, this lobster has teeth, though not in the way you might think. These teeth aren't for chewing food on your plate, but are located inside the lobster's stomach. To add to the oddity, the lobster's stomach is positioned near its mouth. So while the American lobster is indeed a fascinating creature and a delicious culinary treat, it is also an incredible example of nature's peculiarities. Number 11. Mosaico reef crab. As we move up the list, the dangers only increase. Meet the Mosaico reef crab, the most poisonous crustacean in Singapore. It may surprise you that poisonous crabs exist, and even more so that several species are found only in Singapore. This toxic creature lives among coral reefs and along the coasts of Singapore, China, Indonesia, Japan, Thailand, Australia, Vietnam, and French Polynesia. It has a vibrant orange-red color with a distinct white mosaic pattern on its shell. Although small, measuring about 8 to 10 centimeters and equipped with short claws, it is the crab's venom that truly makes it terrifying. The real danger of this crab is not in the size of its claws or even its intimidating look. The Mosaico reef crab is among the most toxic crabs on the planet. It is wise to stay away from it. Several fatalities have been associated with this species. The neurotoxins it carries are so potent that cooking the crab does not neutralize the toxins. What's most fascinating is that this crab seems to derive its venom from its preferred diet of toxic sea cucumbers. Delicious, perhaps not, but definitely deadly. Serious talk, encountering this crab can be fatal. Number 12. Mud crabs. Known as hidden predators, mud crabs, also called Silicarata, are commonly found in mangroves, swamps, creeks, and estuaries in Australia, Asia, and Africa. They are popular among both fishermen and food enthusiasts, but catching them is not without risks. Venturing through mudflats and mangrove forests full of crabs and possibly other hidden dangers like crocodiles can be quite hazardous. These crabs typically hide just below the muddy surface, making them almost invisible to the untrained eye. This, combined with the murky or shallow waters, makes detecting them a challenge. When threatened, the massive claws of a mud crab, equipped with blade-sharp pincers, can cause serious damage to an unsuspecting ankle. If a mud crab grabs you, it might not let go easily. Its powerful claws can even remain shut after the crab has detached the claw to escape. Fortunately for the crab, it can grow a new claw, leaving its aggressor with pain and a new, unwanted crab claw accessory. Number 13. The saw claw crab. The name saw claw crab sends mixed signals, but there's no mistaking its level of threat. The idea of cuddling up with this crab might seem odd, but let's set that aside and focus on what truly makes it dangerous. This terrifying crustacean hides around coral reefs in Asia, including Singapore, the Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, and extends into the waters near Papua New Guinea and New Caledonia. Although it's not a large crab, reaching only 15 centimeters, its spiny and serrated appearance gives it a menacing look. The saw part of its name refers to the rows of teeth along its legs and claws. Stepping on one of these would be a painful experience, but the real danger lies in its poisonous interior. One of the greatest risks is that the saw claw crab can be mistaken for more edible species in the deadly world of toxic marine animals disguised as harmless seafood. This confusion can be fatal. Stay alert, especially near these spiny crustaceans. If they don't cut you with their sharp edges, their toxic insides might do the job. A warning label would not be out of place for these creatures. Number 14. The curry puff crab. Does the name curry puff crab sound like something you would order at a restaurant? Think again. The curry puff crab, or Platypodia granulosa, resembles the flower crab and shares some of its dangerous traits. This crab is yet another member of Singapore's deadly crustacean club. It gets its name from its resemblance to a curry puff, but that's where the similarity ends. Although its brown shell is not venomous, the crab itself is highly toxic. Experts in camouflage, these crabs blend in so well that if you have any allergies, it's best to avoid them completely. Touching one can be risky, so it's best not to confuse this crab with its namesake. Your chances of survival are high, as long as you don't accidentally bite it thinking it's a snack. Number 15. The emerald crab. The last on our list of lethal crabs is the emerald crab. Despite its charming name and striking green color, this crustacean is loaded with powerful toxins. Found in the warm waters of the Caribbean, the emerald crab, scientifically known as Mithraculus sculptus, spends its days eating algae and scouring the ocean floor. Its vibrant, alien-like green color might attract you, but don't be tempted to taste this creature. Like other members of our infamous group of deadly crabs, it carries a deadly mix of neurotoxins. However, if you can resist the temptation to try one, keeping an emerald crab in your aquarium can be like having a built-in garbage collector. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you liked our content, please subscribe to our channel and leave a like. Also, check out other interesting content that is appearing on your screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time.